Distracted. Holy crap, that was a fast loading screen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, mid sentence. Thought I at least had 3 seconds. Nah. So how's everyone doing today? My first video of 2020. Actually, I should look at the map. I actually have a plan of what I want to do. Can't do the glass yet. Doesn't look like there's much more over there I can get at the moment. I think I might. I think I know where I'm gonna go. The laughter. I had this moment where I was going to point at the screen where I'm thinking about going, but you know, just because the computer is recording the TV screen doesn't mean that if I pointed at it, you would see where I'm pointing. I think my sleep schedule's been a little off. So yeah, new year. Same old me. No resolutions or anything like that. Let's see, I think I want to go this way. Yes. I was looking at I don't want that. There we go. I got the YouTube Studio app on my phone. Whoops. Because I had to change all my videos to meant for kids or not meant for kids. Which we'll see how that goes. Basically, I put all my cat videos as meant for kids because I couldn't think of like a justifiable reason why they wouldn't be intended for children. My video game stuff, I just basically put all that not for meant for kids. The justification there is mainly my conversation. Perfect example, I always say, well, it's not exactly a conversation that kids would find interesting. Well, I was playing a Jet Moto video that I uploaded like, what, a month or two ago at my sister's house. And, well, I was just racing around and talking pretty much nonstop. Her kids look so bored. It's like, see, right there. Proof that it was not made for kids. But then the second half of that video where I start playing Sonic 06, they seem to find that part a lot more entertaining. Yeah, this way will be easier. Then I just, like any mature game, I put that as restrict to 18 and up, just to be easy. Here's hoping I don't get sued. Yeah, I was telling my sister about how horrible the guidelines are. She's heard a couple people talk about how poorly done the guidelines were, but hasn't really done much research into it. And so, yeah, looking through that, like it was giving examples of how to tell if your channel was intended for children. And like the first example was if you're making educational videos for preschool age children, your channel might be intended for children. Another example they gave is how to tell if your channel was designed for kids is if you put in your description, this channel is for kids. It's like, your guidelines are absolute garbage. But while looking through that, I saw that my don't really call it a Star Wars review, because I don't know that it's much of a review of the the Rise of Skywalker. More of just me discussing all my thoughts on it. But Not exactly blowing up like I was hoping. I think it's got 8 views right now. Ripley's on the back of the chair, tapping me on the back. Hi, the hair. But yeah, so far it's only my second video that I know of to get a dislike, so I'm quite proud of that. The other video that has a dislike is, of course, my Super Free Willy 2 Turbo video. Okay, I need to go up. Hey, you're fine. I'll admit I was kind of hoping the Star Wars video would blow up a bit more. That's why I put the hashtag Star Wars, hashtag Rise of Skywalker, hashtag Masters of Terras Kasi. You know, for the 3 people who are looking up that game. Oops. But it actually greatly amuses me that I've got a dislike. Can I go through this? No. Okay, well that was fun. I'm going to run up there. I don't know, but I'm kind of curious if now that I've seen Belmont, if it will allow me to... oh, crap. I hate those crows. If the ladders will appear, or if I still need to grab something, because I honestly don't remember. I was trying to jump the guy coming up beneath me, not activate the crow. Come on. And this is all the spikes, I believe. Yep. So I can't do anything there yet. Anyways, I was going to say, this is not the first time I've attempted the whole crap. You know, strike while the iron's hot. I was ducking. Or I was trying to duck, anyways. Forgot that those guys run. Might be better for this area. So the first time I really tried doing that, trying to hit a trend right when it was hot, was my very first Grand Theft Auto 5 video, which I bought that game, made sure to get that video out like the same day the game released on the 360 and PlayStation 3. And that was actually my first video to pass 100 views. Now it's sitting at like 200 and something, so which sadly probably puts it in my top 10 videos. So I thought, all right, that worked. I'll do that again. Like, you know, everyone loves Metal Gear Solid, so I'm definitely buying Metal Gear Solid 5 day one. I'll just release a video the day that game releases. And that didn't really work out for me. Like, people watched it, but crap, that first video, I think it probably only has like 20 or 30 views on it. I can't remember. It was like, huh, that's not quite the reaction I was hoping for. So, foolish me, I thought I'd do that again with Star Wars. Like, oh, everyone's talking about Star Wars. I'll strike while the iron's hot. Yet again. And yeah, 8 views. Great iron there. Sorry about that. To put in a way that's hopefully not too much information. Apparently something I hate doesn't really like me, so I had to step away from the recording for a moment. Yeah, so hoping they strike iron hot, blah, 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 8 views. The video's not exactly doing as well as I had hoped. Although I am curious, since there's people who seem to just like look up anything Star Wars, and if it's negative, dislike it. I am curious if I'm going to end up with a bunch more dislikes on that video, which I would kind of find hilarious. Oh crap, this isn't the way I need to go. Man. Yes, hi Ripley. Come on up. Huh. Alright, I need to go back and around. You coming up? Hey, Ripley. Sorry, I'm not very good at petting you and playing at the same time. I was gonna say, some of the stories coming out about about people's reaction to Star Wars is kind of ridiculous. Although I will say, if you haven't seen it, there's been some stories going around about John Boyega reacting to people, just basically just trolling them, and that is amazing. Like, I tell you what, that man has earned my respect. It's interesting because it's what is it? Clownfish TV pointed out. You know, there's this huge backlash back in like April or something. Daisy Ridley responding to people asking about the I gotta say, there's one thing I like about the blood stain over this. It's made by the same guy, I believe. When you jump into the warps, you select which warp you go to. This one, you just kind of cycle through them. I always forget to check, see where this is where I want to be. Anyways, Daisy said she didn't really like the thought of Raylo because it was a excuse me, it was a toxic relationship because he's fairly abusive towards her, both mentally, emotionally, all that good stuff. And she's right, that is not really a good relationship, and honestly, it's not good. You don't really want to create a movie that's supposed to have a bunch of little girls looking up to it and go, look at that, girls, the scumbag that's abusing you could turn out to be a perfect boyfriend material. You just gotta give him time. Like, no. So she was absolutely right to say, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. That's kind of a toxic relationship. And of course, people got upset, like, how dare you not buy into our delusions. So now that the movie's released, John Boyega released like 4 pictures put together, and it's like romance in the Star Wars universe, and it's just like a bunch of pictures of Kylo basically abusing or fighting Rey, with the 4th picture, spoiler, Rey stabbing Kylo with her lightsaber. And oh man, it was great. People like were accusing him of like, oh, you're just upset because Daisy likes Adam more than she likes you. And he's just like, you realize this isn't real life. Like, you realize that she's not actually Rey. And those are the people that really annoy me. I think the first time I really experienced it was I can't even remember the name of the movie, but the Bradley Cooper Lady Gaga movie. that everyone said was really fantastic. Well, people were talking about, I haven't seen it yet, but everyone was talking about their chemistry on screen and how they both need to leave their significant others because they need to be together. It's like they were acting. And now people are doing that same thing with Adam Driver. They're like showing pictures of him smiling at Ray and like comparing it to pictures of him with his wife. They're like, you can tell that he's not happy with his wife. He needs to dump her and be with Daisy. Like, you're an idiot. This is a good... Oh, cool, cool. I've lost a whole bunch of energy. Forgot about this spot. One person told John Boyega that that he couldn't get over the fact that Daisy didn't choose him, and that's why he's never going to work in. Now he's making fun of the fans, so that's why he's never going to work in Hollywood again. He's just like, yeah, I have a full schedule. I will say, and I said this in my my review, I did actually enjoy Boyega's part in the Rise of Skywalker. That honestly felt like a follow-up to The Force Awakens. Like he felt that bravery that he had at the end of the movie. It felt like he still actually had that. Like, that was one of my main complaints on The Last Jedi. They just like, hey, let's ignore all the progress he made, turn him into literally a joke, and have him do the same exact character arc again. It's like he just took a dump on probably the best part of the previous movie. Alright, let's see. Oh, not quite there yet. The other one is there's apparently a bunch of like extreme feminists who... See, I've kind of seen this building up too, because I've heard it in other stories. Like there was a story about Marvel saying they wanted to change when they do the movie version of She-Hulk, they want to change the... Okay, just wanted to make sure I'd already gone down. They want to change the story because having her saved by a blood transfusion from Bruce means that she's dependent on a man. And so they need to change the storyline so she's not some helpless woman who was rescued by a man. And like that's pushed to the extreme now. Like some writer was talking about how crap, nope, still not here. How she would never suggest the Rise of Skywalker to little girls because of how harmful the movie is. And it was basically because the actions of the women in the movie, I'm here, in some way benefit men. So apparently if you get something from a man, or if you do something that benefits a man, then that just makes you a slave to the patriarchy. I can say words. Words come out of my mouth correctly sometimes. I don't know. The world's stupid. That's all I know. Actually, yeah, warp. Okay, let's, maybe the library? Or the clock? Doesn't look like there's much I can do in the library, so maybe clock. Be easier to go in here and then just go down and across. And bumble to myself a little more. There's gotta be more I can do in the clock. Oh, yeah. I almost forgot about that. Did I already? Yeah, I already did that. Okay. Ah. Jeez. Some violent deaths in this game. I want to see that come crashing. How's that for timing? I assume this should be the clock. No, still alive. Alright, let's see what the clock has for me. Still not low enough. Yeah, screw it. I'll save right here. Might as well. Not really making much progress. The first time that I got the over 100% completion, I think my top completion is like in 180 range. At the beginning, I grind so much. Like that opening. I want to keep this. That entrance where you have the zombies coming up out of the out of the floor. I was just going back and forth forever in there, just killing more and more zombies, trying to get a few levels. And I wasn't very good at the game. Like the first boss, despite the fact that I leveled up a few times, the first boss took me a couple tries. This time, despite the fact that I hadn't played the game for a long time before I started this, like I was right away doing much better. But just how easy some of the bosses are, just in the grinding of just trying to figure out where to go. Man, makes me realize just how overpowered I must have been that first playthrough. I do remember that, like, it's probably going to be the same thing for the final boss again, just because I don't know how to get the last few rooms for, because I want to try to get as much completion as possible. Okay. So by the time I get to Dracula, I'm probably going to be overpowered again. But yeah, I remember the first time I actually fought Dracula in this game, it was pretty disappointing because I was so overpowered by that point that it was a super easy boss battle. Ew. Hey, we found the clocks. Sorry, just something about that sound just made me laugh. Alright, well, oops. I guess I'm... Good job, Tony. No! Well, that was good. Yeah, I'm a wolf. Crap, I don't know what to do. Actually, I think I can go around. Yes. That will take a while. Alright. Yep. I'm really not sure where I need to go. Wait, have I not gone anywhere up there? Oh, I think I have, but I think that was one of the times I died and didn't go back up there. Everything's fire. Oh yeah, this part. This is the running guys, right? Yep. That worked out well. Oh, okay, it's only one. Yeah, I think the running guy killed me, and I decided I wasn't ready to try that yet. Okay. Cool. Found something new. Oh, good. Good. Thinking maybe I should use that and save and then come back. Yeah. If I remember, I'll cut out this part. I'm just going to go back to near the start, go up to the save room, and then come right back here. Alright, I'm back. And I can't really go anywhere in here anyways. Oh, they saw a little bit of new content. I'm gonna go a tiny bit further. I don't really know how much further. Some of the footage is gonna be erased. Yeah, like a few minutes when I literally wasn't even in the same room. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to erase. So at least go over here and see what's this way. Wow. Outstanding. Well, I did find a new area, and it wasn't nearly as exciting as I had hoped. Got $50. That's always cool. Run around here for a minute, but I need to call it quits shortly here. Ooh, there was that one spot that I couldn't get through. Um. Okay, I think I know where I need to go. Ow. Yeah, this area. Yep, this area. That wasn't even the one. And now I'm basically dead. See ya. Hey, chill. I'm gonna give one attempt at that area that I died at numerous times in a previous episode, which I believe is right down here. And then I'll probably call it. Oh, jeez. Ah! There's a good ending. Thank you very much for joining me. Until next time, my dear friends. Until next time.